Yayo, ho ho, set sail for Fun Piece. It's the name of the podcast with Matt and Mike. Yayo, set sail for Fun Piece.
3, 2, 1. Oh, that was good.
Okay. All right, cool. So, and that was a louder one, so you'll be able to see that on the waveform.
Oh,
and now
yeah.
we're in the episode.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Fun Piece podcast.
Hello.
I'm Matt,
I'm Mike.
and this is a somewhat less virginal tour of...
It's completely unvirginal. We've entered the
Completely.
Grand Line, and some people may say that the Grand Line is where you go after puberty. And everyone knows once you're out of puberty, you're not a virgin anymore.
It's true. Once you get out of puberty, you're not a virgin anymore whatsoever.
Nope, not even a little bit.
Everyone, if it sounds a little different to you today, Mike and I are recording remotely. We're not next to each other today.
Yeah, we're using our little. We had to go out and we had to purchase some snail phones at the store, and we're talking over those.
Snail phones.
We only saw those once.
Are they
And I
snail
hope they come
phones or
back.
snail radios?
Or
snail-
snaily talkies,
Snaily talkies.
snail
I'm
phones,
gonna call them
snailograms.
We also don't have the historian today. We don't have this historian next to us or on this call. So
And these might be the most relevant episodes to history in One Piece that have happened in a while.
this might be the most unhinged episode because we have no one to double check things with. We're just going to say things like snaily talkies.
Snaily. So we watched episode 62 and 63.
Yes, we watched episodes 62 and 63, which I don't know if they're just like a filler arc. I don't think they're specifically named something. Maybe they are. Who's to say?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was about Laboon.
It was all about our boy Laboon doing
it's the Laboon
Laboon things. I believe entering the Grand Line. Here we are. Welcome.
Yeah, I feel like normally we ramble at the start of episodes, but
Yeah, we're not next to each other to ramble about garbage.
I know, yeah, it's a different energy. It's really weird. Because like looking at somebody for the social cues to like, because I feel like we're going to talk over each other more than usual.
I don't know. I feel like we talk over each other a lot when we're together.
Yeah, sometimes. Mostly when I'm just getting needlessly defensive or argumentative about the most mundane thing possible.
Yeah, Mary, the most mundane
yeah.
thing possible.
Oh my fucking God. We had to get into that. Is that the scene, the
ship?
part that you
All right.
got emotional
Yeah.
about?
Oh, yeah. I did not.
Let's
okay.
just-
We were just talking. I got very emotional at one point during this very quick little filler 2 episodes. And it was
Is
not.
this canon or is this filler? Was this like in the manga? I thought this was in the manga.
I mean, I guess it's not filler. It's just like a short little arc. I have no idea. Again, we don't have the historian to check anything, so we don't know if things are canon and we don't know if they're filler. All we know is what we consumed.
There's a whale, and that whale is Laboon is the funniest character. Just the comedic timing, especially in episode 62. Very good. Let's start episode 62.
I'm in love with Laboon. I'm sorry, Laboon is the best.
Laboon's really good. I hope Laboon
is
comes
probably my favorite character in the entire series.
more than Mailbird.
Mailbird and lady who runs a book.
Or the Unluckies. Did you like process what the
man.
Unluckies were?
I have no idea what the Unluckies are. They showed like just the eyes of whatever was riding on top of the bird thing, and it looked like a teddy bear. But then I don't even know what the fuck.
I thought it was like an otter because he was hitting a little. Okay, we'll get into it.
We'll
Okay.
get there.
Episode
We'll get there.
62.
Oh yeah.
Parentheses in Kung Pao voice. Whale. And I'm gonna save the background MVP for the end because I'm gonna want to really savor it.
Okay, all right, that's fine. We start the episode. There's lots of steam.
Everyone's
like
screaming.
just like, and it's like, what's going on? What's that? And then they think there's a mountain at the bottom of Reverse Mountain. They think at the bottom of Reverse Mountain there's another mountain in the water, but there's
nothing on the maps.
Nothing on the maps. Nami's confused.
And then was it Usopp shouts, "It's a whale!"
Yep.
Yeah, they can't steer out of the way because the rudder's been broken. Mm-hmm. But then Luffy has an idea.
Yes.
And just runs off.
Yep. And he just runs away, and they're trying to figure out, they're like, what's going on? What's happening? And then right as they're about to hit the whale, the cannon fires. Mm-hmm. And we get the image that was it last week's What's Going On One Piece image, I believe.
Yeah. Yep.
Which
is
this
big explosion. Mm-hmm. And it was that I forget what you said. I feel like you got that pretty dead on with like what the context was, minus the whale part.
I don't know. I think they were just like exploding something.
Luffy in like some grand just genius moment, I guess, realizes that like momentum and like counter momentum and all that.
He's a mathematician.
Yeah, he's like, oh, if I just if I just fire this cannon, it'll slow us down.
He just Goodwill Hunting the crap out of that and just did the math like a prodigy.
And everyone is just in shock at what's happening. And then it doesn't stop it doesn't stop fast enough. So it's still got enough momentum that the bow of the ship hits the whale and it snaps the head of the Going Merry, flipping back, almost hitting Nami. And then Luffy sees it and just freaks out because his special seat. He
says, "You broke my special seat."
He does not let this go.
This episode was really interesting because I feel like, I don't know if I was just like super paying attention or what, but I felt like the animation for this episode was like crazy compared to the next one, where like everyone's like features and everything were like super elongated and there was like a lot of like crazy. Is it just me?
Did you? Okay, let's get into it actually. So I think that they probably saved some time and money because they used the same like couple shots like 5 times for that joke later on in the episode.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think it's until a little bit later on, but there's a shot, and this is actually the background MVP is wide Zoro, and I'll post this on Twitter. There's just a shot of Zoro, and Matt, I'll text it to you.
It might be. I wrote the words aggressive swallow Zoro, and it's probably what you're going to send me, because at one point it's just like a weird image of Zoro like across the screen, and he does this like really aggressive like
oh yeah, they had that sound. Like really painful sounding like it's like a crunchy swallow sound. Ugh. No, this is like if Adam Driver played Zorro. The thing I'm just saying. And again, I will post this on the Fun Piece Twitter at Fun Piece Podcast.
He looks like Adam Driver in The Last Jedi when he's not wearing. He is wearing a shirt, but when Adam Driver's not wearing a shirt, and he's just like walks around a corner, and he's like, "Didn't see you there."
He's got such a tiny head.
He's such a small head. Oh my god.
There was a couple like I think in the next episode too. If you like looked at the background characters, you're like, oh, everybody's really fucked up looking at this one.
Yeah. And then it gets very confusing because then the whale, Luffy's like fighting the whale gets really mad, so then he
punches it in the eye. And there's actually a really good beat that I think is worth noting, is like he punches it in the eye and there is like a few seconds and then the giant eyeball looks down dramatically.
Yeah. Oh my god, there were so many like aggressive eyeball like twitches and zoom ins on eyeballs and like bulging eyeballs.
Laboon is built like a Muppet. He's got like the expressiveness of a Muppet, and it's just very funny.
I mean, we'll find out this later, but I need to tell. Laboon reminded me so much of my and the historian's cat Henry that you have probably heard on the podcast, because Henry has the largest, most anxiety-ridden eyes you will ever see, and they never are not that. Even when he's
he
like
looks
calm.
horrified.
He looks horrified at all times. And every time Laboon did anything, I just saw the eyes of my cat. And I was getting really emotional, especially in the next episode when we hear all about Laboon's backstory. Because all I could think about was my cat and leaving my cat. And anyway, we'll get there.
Yeah, in the meantime, Luffy pisses off this whale enough that he just opens his mouth and swallows the Going Merry.
Mm-hmm.
Luffy
ends
overboard.
up not getting swallowed, and he climbs to the top.
It just keeps punching.
And then there's a hatch there for some reason, because there's always hatches on the tops of whales.
Yep. And then we see the rest of the crew, and they are just, it looks like it's outside, and then there's a giant squid, and then the squid immediately dies. It's a lot like the Pace of the Buggy episodes, where it's just like, we're here, there's a giant thing, it's dead. Here's a new character. Just going.
All of a sudden we're at Kami House, and it's fine.
Oh my God. And Crocus. Oh my God, I love Crocus so much. Just
Crocus is the man. I freaking I wrote down as much information as I possibly could about Crocus. You have no idea how much.
Oh my God.
First I thought he was Luffy's dad, and I was just like, he's so strong. But then I'm just going to assume everyone is Luffy's dad.
He does take 2 cannonballs to the chest.
Yeah, 2 cannonballs to the chest. What a champion. I love that they were gonna like they're like, should we kill that? I don't know if they said should we kill this guy or they were gonna fire a cannonball at him. But
Usopp was ready to kill this guy. I think they were all very defensive.
Yeah, and
they all take turns getting angry at him.
You try it and someone's gonna die, and then they're like, who? And he's like, me, of course.
They do the 5-shot like boom, 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 and he's got that like One Piece death stare.
Yeah.
And he does.
Oh my God! So many death stares.
He comes out of the house just staring down the crew, and then he just like unfolds a newspaper and sits down. And
it's totally so good.
Yeah,
I love that they kept going back to the dramatic eyes.
Yeah, so I think Sanji wanted to kill him first. Yeah, Usopp had the threat about the cannonball, and he's like, "Yeah, if you do that, one of us is gonna die." And then, dun dun dun. Me, of course.
Yeah.
Sanji gets weirdly offended at that.
Yep. His name is Crocus. He's the lighthouse keeper of the Twin Capes. He's 71 years old. He's a Gemini. His blood type is AB something. We don't know AB what, but it's AB something.
This is all prompted by Zoro just being like, Kami's like, don't worry, we'll just ask about him or introduce ourselves. And he's like, my name is Roronoa Zoro. And then the guy's like, well, since you asked, and just interrupts him. And then just dishes out his entire information.
Oh, yeah. It's incredible. And then they're like, how do we get out of here? And he's like, exit's over there.
Yeah. Well, they do the like dramatic thing, I think like a 3rd or 4th time. And they're like, stop doing that. And he's like, haven't you ever heard of a running gag?
Yeah, it was so like self-referential. I was like, this is incredible. I love this. It's just like completely unnecessarily like breaking the 4th wall to the audience for no reason at all. They've never done it the rest of the series.
But this dude's just been hanging out with a whale this whole time.
Oh yeah, he knows they're on a TV show. It's great.
What was the other thing? Oh, I really like that. Like you see, like the squid falls down, is dead, and then he emerges, and somebody just goes like, "Oh, it's a flower." Yeah. Somebody else is like, "No, it's a guy." Like what?
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably Usopp. Usopp is like the Luffy stand-in when Luffy's not around.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, they're all idiots, but there are idiots.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Okay. So then, like the ships start, they start getting hit by waves, and he reveals that it's because Laboon is hitting his head along the red line. So he's
Yep.
hitting his head really hard because he's trying to break the mountain.
Yes.
And as that's happening,
They say he's suffering, but they don't say why.
yeah. And we cut back to Luffy, who's just screaming because he's in this tight metal corridor, and he just starts bouncing around, ping-ponging back and forth, screaming. Just rightly so. I think this is the first time Luffy has screamed, and it's been entirely justified because this would be horrifying.
Yeah, because he's inside of a whale somehow, and it's wild. And then immediately we see two people that we have no idea who the fuck they are, and they're like
Team
holding
Rocket.
guns. They are basically Team Rocket. The dude, I mentioned that, I wrote that down. I was like, this is, at least the dude's voice sounded very much like James from Team Rocket.
I was gonna say, there's Miss Wednesday is the blue-haired woman, and then Mr. Nine.
In Mr. Nine, yes,
This dude with 2 nines tattooed on his cheeks.
Yeah, totally cool.
Yeah,
Totally
they
fun.
are like, we have to. It sounded like they were gonna save Laboon.
They said the phrase "it's all for the whale," and it was
Yeah.
like, but they didn't like say like what was all for the whale, killing the whale, saving the whale. So we're led to believe it's fucking Crocus who is like gonna kill the whale or whatever, and then So
Is this when he like dives into the stomach?
fucking
acid?
dives right into the fucking acid. What a champion!
Oh, and the sky. We find out that the sky is just a painted scene that he painted because he
Yeah.
signed it.
He signed it.
I mean, like all the modifications he did to this whale.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's at home doing some DIY projects inside the whale.
So we find out his name is Laboon.
DIY whale projects.
DI. What happened? So okay.
Yes. He's like climbing up the side of like the
Oh yeah, he's
like entrance into the whale.
and we see a bunch of like sunken ships and dead bodies and stuff, and the stomach acid.
And then we cut back to Luffy like flying. We cut back to like the two idiots, Miss Wednesday and Mr. Nine, and they're like, "What's going on?" And then we hear Luffy like way off in the distance screaming, and he's just comes flying in, and knocks the two of them through the doorway into the open acid stomach room.
Yeah, as they're coming up with their plan to kick the door down. And then it turns out, Matt, the two evil people were evil.
What?
The two obvious sinister people with rocket launchers.
Yeah, and the good
handheld
guy,
cannon.
the sweet, awesome, cool guy, Crocus, he's the fucking best.
Yeah, and these two, I wrote. So they shoot cannons at like the stomach wall, and I wrote that Crocus, quote, "Get down, Mr. President's Laboon." That's a term that me and some of my friends, if we're playing a game, like, God, what's a good example? We'll like be playing Monster Hunter, right? Yeah, Monster Hunter's a good one. And like somebody will like shoot like a big like arrow at a monster, and then a tiny monster will just walk in front of it and get obliterated. And we're like, oh no, he get down, Mr. President at him. So feel free to use that one. It's very very funny.
Of course. I have a question.
Yeah.
I don't know if it happened right here or if it happened later, but Luffy landing in some acid. I was curious.
Did you think about
that? Why would that affect him the way it does when he's like in the ocean? Because it's acid. It's not water. I mean, I guess there's water in it, but like,
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of ocean water in there.
yeah, but like,
But I think it's not that it has to be water. Like I
just
think
can't
Luffy
swim.
Luffy can like take a shower, get wet, take a bath, right? But he just can't swim anymore.
can he? Doesn't he? I remember the historian saying something about he takes like a bath a month or something like that.
I think she said that like Oda in a list, like a reader mail thing, said that Zoro bathes Luffy at least once a week. So like Zoro
hope
is
you see
dragging
that.
him into a bath and forcibly scrubbing that child.
I hope we see that at some point because I need to see it.
Probably.
I need to see it. I need it.
I just that doesn't happen in media enough. I would like in more media to have it addressed when somebody needs to like what if a big important plot thing was happening?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, Sanji or somebody was just like, I have to piss so bad. Like, I can't focus on what's happening. I can't even fight right now because if I do, I'm gonna wet my pants. Like, that's like the crux of their situation. Because this seems like a show that would do that.
Like they're just like dealing with like Hawkeye Mihawk shows up and Zoro's like, it's time, and then in the background Usopp's like, I really gotta shit.
Just like wiggling his legs, just like doing the pee dance. I mean, I feel like Luffy at some point will be like, I have to use a bathroom.
Oh, I gotta really go. Yeah. I can see that. I liked after they like rocket launched and then freaking Crocus blocked it. Luffy just literally just obliterates the two of them by punching them both, and they're like, "Why'd you do that?" And he's like, "Just wanted to hit him."
Yeah, he's like, they just seem like bad people. Don't care for him.
Yeah.
Oh, when Luffy gets launched in with them too, there's a good like him just being like, "Oh, hey, is that Zoro?" Like,
yeah, he like goes by. He's like, "Oh, there you are."
yeah,
very good.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And then there's a throwaway kind of line where, or I guess it's not a throwaway line. It's like at the end. But Crocus is like, Laboon has the heart of a human.
Yes.
But that doesn't come up again.
It doesn't come up ever again, but I don't care. He does have the heart of a human. He's a wonderful human whale being.
It like kind of does come up at the end. There's so many questions at the end of the next episode.
We learn his name is Laboon, and he's from the West Blue, and it's great, and we love him. Should we just
meow? Oh, sorry,
meow?
I thought I heard a meow.
It was me. It was me. I meowed.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh. Interesting.
The last thing, this is just a detour. The last picture you sent me on Discord is a picture of flaming hot Cheetos Mountain Dew, and
we never found that, did we?
Boy, I want to try it, but I also feel like that'll ruin my stomach.
Yeah, probably.
Hey, folks. Hey, friends. Hey, podcast listeners. If you want to help us out and listen to us have bad stomachs while recording a podcast, definitely send us some Flamin' Hot Cheetos Mountain Dew. Also, I haven't addressed the podcast people yet. I feel like I usually do it every couple minutes.
Yeah, I guess you do. I don't think I ever do.
Last episode, I re-listened to last episode. Last episode also being our longest episode to date. I said, "Hey, everybody," probably 25 times.
Oh, I guess we did. Yeah, there was hey, Matt, can you just cover your ears for a minute? And I'm just going to talk to the audience real quick.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, can you just cover your ears for a minute? I'm going to talk to the audience. Sure. Hey, everybody, this is Matt. I don't know if I like this whole recording remotely thing. I miss having the historian behind us and also seeing Mike's wonderful face. Hey, Mike, we're back.
What? Huh?
Yeah, we're back.
I actually didn't listen to anything you just said. I watched one TikTok because it had that Boku a Doctor song, and it's funny that I listened to that.
The Tony Chopper song?
The Tony Chopper, yeah.
The Dr. Anthony
Dr.
Chopper.
Anthony Chopper.
Yes.
Or maybe it's Anthony.
I like Anthony. Yes, I like Anthony. We still haven't met him. We're just fictionalizing what he does.
But my fucking TikTok, and I'm trying to fix it now, is just so much One Piece stuff. And it's just me squinting, being like, is this One Piece? And then it'll be like, I think it is. So I'm going to stop watching it. But I think that's a testament to wherever this show goes that I'm squinting, just being like, I don't know if this is from the same thing, if this is a reference. Just completely lost. Also, it sounds like we dodged a bullet not seeing Red.
Oh yeah, I love that we're having this lovely interlude in between episodes.
Oh, hold on.
What?
Hold on. You can keep talking. You keep talking.
I was just gonna say, yes, I also agree that we didn't. I think we dodged a bullet not seeing One Piece Red. I've heard it's great. I've heard it's wonderful. The historian went and saw it on her own, and then she told me afterwards, "I'm glad you didn't see it because it has so many spoilers."
Luffy's dead.
Yeah, she was like, "There's so many like things that are like canon relevant that I'm glad you didn't see that because I want to see your actual emotional reaction when you like the thing that would have been spoiled happens." So, which you said is like 500 episodes in or something like that. So we'll be there soon.
Yeah, in absolutely no time at all. I'm sorry. I was trying to be quick and find the interlude music, the credits, like do 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 do. I'm still gonna look for it.
Okay, that's fine. I could keep talking. Additionally, the internet has also, specifically Twitter, has discovered somehow that I liked like 3 things on Twitter in relation to One Piece. At least for the moment, while I'm still using Twitter, we'll see if that continues. But Twitter has decided that I do, in fact, or I am a One Piece fan. So I've been getting a lot of fan fiction artwork on Twitter, specifically of Zoro and Sanji, like having really like romantic and like really like lovely moments as lovers together. It might just be because I liked that one post of that fake statue that we talked about the other week where they were like Sanji was butt naked wearing an apron making food for Zoro.
Did that come through?
I heard like one like squeak, and then the second one was like a burr, 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 burr.
It's just that commercial break like horn thing. I don't know.
We could just sing it.
I don't know how to sing that one.
How's that?
I think that's when you come back from it. Yeah, it's Luffy farting.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where this show go. I'm excited now that we're in the Grand Line and things are going to start getting like weird because it feels like just in these 2 episodes a lot of weirder stuff happens than did before.
Are we in the Grand Line?
Yeah.
I feel like they talked about the West Blue a lot, and I was like, "Are we in the West Blue?
That's where
Grand Line?"
There were pirates from the West Blue, and they had the whale with them. But the whole point of them going up and then down the mountain was that they're now in the Grand Line. And then there's a whole thing in this next episode about how the Grand Line has like magnet shit, a magnet field everywhere.
Hey, that's a great transition into this next episode.
Is it? Are you talking about episode 63?
Yep.
AKA homeless Tom Sawyer punches a whale again.
Burr, 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 burr. Homeless Tom Sawyer punches a whale. That's good.
I saw a very good TikTok. I think it was TikTok or something of a guy who was like, I'm dressed as a character from an anime called One Piece. His name is Luffy, but I got sick of having to explain that and pull up this picture. So I've just been telling everyone that I'm homeless Tom Sawyer.
I think I did see that one, yes.
It's very good.
It's very good.
Background MVP is the Unluckies, a.k.a. an otter on a buzzard.
That's what it was, an otter. Yes, an otter.
I think it's... Well, because he's smashing shells to create a spark to set off a bomb.
Yeah, but wouldn't he be smashing shells on his tummy?
Or he should have like a little rock.
He should smash things on his tummy, right? Because that's what otters do. They smash things on their belly, right?
He doesn't need that when he's got a buzzard buddy.
A little tum-tum.
Miss Friday.
Smash my tum-tum,
number 13.
baby.
One of them is number 13 and one of them is Miss Friday.
Well,
who do you think is who?
Because there's Mr. Nine. Oh, you mean like the bird and the otter?
Yeah, the bird and the otter. Because the guys were like, oh, it's Mr. 13 and Miss Friday, but I don't know which is which. I feel like the otter is probably Miss Friday.
I was gonna say, I think. Nope, that's it. That is what I was gonna say. Yes.
Is it?
I
Yeah.
agree.
Okay.
I agree. Smash a little tum tum. Smash a little rock on a tum tum. Anyway, so we start. We're talking about how Laboon's got the heart of a human. A human.
And we get into his origin story. This is like he gets like 2 whole episodes about his tragic origin story. Zora still has only gotten 1.
I don't care. Laboon honorary straw hat. I love Laboon. Laboon's the fucking best. Fucking I was welling up with emotion with Laboon, and I'm not afraid to say it. I love that fucking whale. Love this fucking whale.
Yeah.
Laboon.
He was best buddy. I guess what type of whale is he? Do you have that written down?
I don't have what type of whale. He's a big whale. He's a big old boy.
Whale. I can't even Google it because it's gonna tell me that like he is the One Piece or something.
He's a whale from the West Blue, and they grow real big. We know that.
But yeah, and they like bond to people. They're like really social.
Yeah.
And he's hanging out with a bunch of pirates and
Yeah. Friendly pirates.
Friendly pirates, as all pirates are, right?
At first, I thought this was going to be Shanks and the crew again, and I was
That's
like,
what I thought.
I was like, this cannot be Shanks again. If it is, they're just the best pirates.
There's 2 fucking dudes in the background of one of these shots that look like you know how Shanks has like 2 of his right hand men that aren't Yasop are like that big guy who's always eating, who I think is Luffy's dad.
Oh, he's eating that meat.
Yeah, he's always eating that meat. I think he's Luffy's dad. And that like cool tall guy. And he's got like 2 alternate universe versions of them in the background, and then another dude who kind of looks like Yasop. So it was like weird.
It was interesting. It was a very handsome pirate captain.
Yeah,
They
maybe
like went out of their
he's
way to be
Shanks'
like, look at
dad.
this man. Whose man is this?
Maybe he's Shanks' dad. I bet that guy
Shanks'
comes back.
dad. Oh,
Yeah, we haven't thought about Shanks' dad.
we haven't. Maybe it's
We have.
young Gold Roger. No,
Well,
because they say this one. They say the crew left the Grand Line at some point.
I
So
mean, he
they-
didn't look like Gold Roger, did he?
No, not really. No,
But
they
that would be
just-
interesting because it was what 50 years.
Yeah, 50 years ago.
So, but
It's not
Gold
Gold
Roger
Roger.
died. Yeah,
I don't know how long Gold Roger died. How long ago was that?
I don't remember.
10?
A while.
20?
2020.
I don't fucking know.
I think it was 20 years. But I guess he could have been on the Grand Line for a while and then got caught up on adventures and he forgot
Yeah.
about his whale friend.
Yeah.
And then he got executed.
Yeah. And that's
But
why
I
he can't come
don't-
back.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
But also, there is, well, maybe he's not because of the end of this episode.
That's fair. Yeah, we'll get there. Anyway, so we find out that, the friendly pirates came, their ship needed repairs, so they ended up like partying for a while with Crocus and Laboon.
They're like, we're going to be back in 3 years was when we explore the Grand Line. And I was watching that and I'm like, they're like, we'll be back. And I'm like, they're not going to be back. And then Crocus is like, they didn't come back.
Yeah. The captain, whatever his name was, said a really touching line. He said, "No matter the distance, our friendship will last forever." And then like Laboon made like a sound, and I was like, Laboon, fucking Laboon. 50 years Laboon waited. 50 years.
50 years. It's basically just the sad episode of Futurama, but with a whale and not a dog.
I don't
and
want
the
to
whale didn't die.
Yeah. And the whale didn't die because the whale doesn't die.
Fucking pirate probably died though.
Pirate probably died, but it doesn't matter. Laboon's remained loyal.
Was it Crocus said they gave up? They went back to the West Blue because they couldn't handle the Grand Line. I really like that Sanji and Usopp are very like, what a bunch of bitches. Like, what stupid cowards. Sanji's like, I cannot imagine.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this because I really like Master Roshi despite him being the creepy character.
Sure.
Because like when he's not creepy, he's great. And I'm trying to give Sanji that same credit. And I think Sanji's really good when he's not. And these 2 episodes, he's not super Nami obsessed. Like, he's like, I made this food for Nami and stuff. But aside from that, he's just part of
obsessed
the
with
crew.
Miss Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just, it wasn't as bad in this one. I'm trying to acknowledge that.
Hey.
I don't
about
hate
that?
Sanji. Not like,
Yeah.
remind me to talk about Clawhador, because a friend of mine,
Yes.
who I don't think listens to this, said some things about Clawhador that upset me. I'll talk about it later.
What kind of things?
I'll talk about it. We'll get through this
They
episode.
better not be good things, because I will lose my fucking shit.
Okay, you know what? We'll just say it. I'll just say it now. He was like, you're gonna learn things about humans and what Clawhador did, and you're gonna be like, oh, Clawhador is actually a pretty badass guy. And I was like, no,
Never. Not once.
I looked my friend in the eyes and I said, I could take Clawhador in a fight.
Yeah.
I could. I am confident in saying I could take Clawhador in a fight.
Just kick him in the nuts.
Because
Kick him
his
in the
ultimate
nuts.
technique, it was pussyfooting around or whatever, and then going
Yeah.
so fast he couldn't control himself. And it's like, oh, good job.
Yeah.
Just use a
good-
gun.
Good for you.
Just use like your first mate. Your first mate was too good for you. Your crew was too good for you. Like, why didn't I hope Django comes back. I hope Django's like, yeah, we actually publicly executed Clawhador, and now I'm the captain, and
I'm the captain
just
now.
gonna hypnotize everybody and become king of the pirates.
I'm the captain now.
Fucking
I'm the captain. Hey.
God.
So you know how bad Clawhador is?
Yeah.
You know who still like lost in a fight to Clawhador?
No.
Mary.
I don't remember that.
I remember that. I remember that
Okay. You're
vividly.
talking about the time that Clawhador cheated.
I don't know if he cheated. I think he just was a bad pirate, and then Mary lost in a fight to him, and then Mary was like, "Wow, I'm the worst."
Okay, I'll acknowledge this. Mary did lose that fight. I don't think being the strongest fighter,
That doesn't make you the best.
it doesn't make you the best.
That's true.
Because he's
That's
so
fair.
good
That's
at
fair.
other things.
I
we
will
see that
concede
in
that.
Nami and Usopp. They're not particularly strong fighters at this point, but they're valuable members. Like Usopp really proves himself at this point and makes Zoro look like a little piece of shit when he's fixing the entire ship himself.
At one point during this episode, Luffy referred to Zoro as Zolo, and I know that's like part of like the translation stuff, but I was thrown off.
Wait,
Sorry.
what? He does?
Yeah, at one point.
That's
I think-
interesting because I've been talking to a friend who's read like the entire series and tries really hard not to spoil things for me. And
Yeah.
he will always say Zoro,
Yeah.
which is, interesting. Did you know
Anyway.
apparently in the comics it's Rogue Town and not Log Town? And that's probably why Log Town is spelled so dumb.
It's spelled Logue Town.
Yeah. Rogue Town makes a lot more sense than
That does.
Log Town.
That makes a lot more sense. Interesting. Why would they change it? Do you think it was for the 4 kids? It was 4 kids.
I don't know.
Is
I
that
know,
why is that why they call it 4 kids? Because it's 4 kids.
I think so.
What
Pretty
a
sure that's
bunch
pretty
of
explicit.
fucking idiots.
I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe anybody who knows Japanese like understands it.
Hey,
Better,
it's me, Sanji. I'm 4 kids.
I don't smoke those cigarettes. I just like my lollipops. I like my mouth
See
fixations.
this soul patch I'm growing? It's 4 kids.
Don't forget to buy my cookbook.
Every every horrible thing I say about women, it's 4 kids. Sorry.
Don't worry, I'm not going to eat a foot in this one. The fuck what was I saying?
I don't know. Anyway, Crocus is a doctor.
Yeah, I guess we'll get back to it.
He's been treating Laboon.
Dr. Crocus. He ran a clinic on the Cape.
Yeah.
We live
did.
there.
We live there.
Don't dox us.
Don't dox us, Mike. I had to bleep 2 words in the last episode.
Hey, there's so many capes, man. They'll never find us.
Yeah, Cape Canaveral.
Yep.
That's where we are.
Cape Canaveral Levine.
We're going to space. Anyway.
Would you watch? I think they're doing a live action One Piece show. Isn't it kind of a bummer it's not done by the Jim Henson Company?
Okay, can we table this and talk about this in a bit? Did we talk about the Muppets as Straw Hat crew members? Have we done this?
Maybe, but we should do it again.
All right, we should do it again at the end of this.
I think we definitely did.
Let's get through the episode. I'm going to write this down. Muppet Straw Hats.
Write in with what Muppets you think you would cast.
Hey, everybody. If you were to cast the Muppets as the Straw Hat crew and have one member of the franchise be a human, who would you cast for everyone? Let us know. Anyway, Crocus is a doctor. He's been treating Laboon for his things, and he hollowed him out, which somehow Laboon is still alive, even though he's hollow.
Mm-hmm. It has a bunch of big, like, metal doors and shit in him.
Yep.
More machine than whale.
Crocus says the realest shit ever, and he says, reality is cruel. And I was like, fuck, man.
Dude.
Oh.
So yeah, I get the whole like pirates and the West Blue thing is why we think why he's smashing into the wall. He's like really upset and he wants to tear down walls. I felt like there was like
his family gave
there.
up on him, so he's hurting himself by trying to break the walls so he can break the walls down and try to get back to his family.
But then Luffy interrupts. Luffy interrupts with his new special technique.
Yes.
Gum flower arrangement.
Yep.
And he just at some point tore the mast off the ship.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
Ran up the side of Laboon and just impaled it in an open wound.
Yep.
Laboon
totally normal things.
And then they just have a dragon, like a really fast Dragon Ball Z fight for a little bit. Hey. And Laboon's about to go crash into Luffy, and Luffy's like, it's like, we're tied. Like,
yeah, he's like, we're evenly matched.
Not even. He's like, it's a draw. And he's like, listen, we both know that I would win. And Laboon's like, oh, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. He's just like, Laboon just wanted to fight. I bet he fought with his other crew members. I'll fight you. I'll fight you whatever you want.
Luffy just resets the balance of potential disappointment by being like, we'll be back and I'll fight you again. And Laboon's like, yeah.
And Laboon's like, eyes start like watering. He's like, this is just what I wanted all along, is someone to fight with.
He paints the shittiest Jolly Roger on the front of him.
Oh my god.
That's the incentive not for Laboon not to smash his face into the walls because he might wreck the paint.
Yep. And I love right after the whole painting thing, we just go back to the ship and like Nami and I believe Usopp are on the ship and they're like, oh, where'd those weirdos go? Yeah. Oh, they escaped. Oh, well.
God, that whole scene, there's like a lot of good, the crew just being like, oh, what is he doing now? This is what happens when we don't watch him. It's like, well, honestly, look what happens when we do watch him. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's like there's like a bunch of like people with some sense and then Luffy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Luffy's got the log pose. He finds the log pose.
Yep. And then we see Mr. Nine and Miss Wednesday in the water.
Oh, yes.
Realizing that they lost the log pose.
And then the Unluckies appear.
The Unluckies. I feel like it was so fast. I had to rewind and rewatch them coming in because it's just the little animal smashing some things together and then they launch a bomb into the water to take these two out.
Yeah, that's it. It's so fast.
Yeah.
It's, you if you stop paying attention for a moment, you would not even see it.
And then we get to see the crew all kind of doing their own thing. Nami's working on a plan for the Grand Line, figuring out where they go. And we see the compass is
broken.
Is spinning around. The compass.
Also, we see Sanji still has the elephant bluefin tuna. It's on ice.
Closure. closure. I
That's
wrote
it.
Sanji reunites with his love.
Yeah, his true love, the elephant bluefin tuna on ice.
Usopp fixes the ship, like the entire ship.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm just gonna like it's these things. I'm like, fucking, like without Nami and Usopp so far, they'd all be dead.
Yeah.
Zoro sleeps because aside from killing things, Zoro is
He drinks and sleeps. That's it.
useless. He is literally just like a video game protagonist where it's like we just put that guy in front to murder.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we just put him into like cryo sleep.
Yeah. Nami's compass is broken, and Crocus is like, "Did you all come here to die? You need a log
A bunch of
pose."
idiot kids.
And then Luffy's just like, "Hey, I got one right here."
Do you think log pose is like what does that mean?
I don't know what it means. I was trying to figure out because on a ship they keep like a ship's log, and then I was like, all right, so maybe like they're trying to like posit, like pose where the log takes. I don't know where the log will. I don't fucking
Like-
know. I think they just took two words and put them together, and it didn't
Yeah, I was
really
gonna say, like,
matter.
does it like mean anything? And like, then the explanation I completely lost. It was just like a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo. Like magnetic fields, and then currents don't make sense. So you need a log pose where you basically like tell it where you want to go.
Yeah, I think I basically just boiled it down to like, there's not like everything's shifting and moving on the Grand Line, so it's just like the magnetism of the land masses that are shifting and moving is what works. So the log pose just is like, oh, that island's over there, so you should go over there. And then once you get to the next place, it's like, all right, there's an island over there. Which one you gonna go to? And then once you get closer, it's like, yeah, keep going that way. I don't fucking know. It doesn't fucking matter, really. It's fucking, it's made up magnet fake science bullshit
Yeah, it's just a
for
bunch
an
of
anime.
nonsense.
Yeah, maybe it's real. Who's to say? We should do some independent research on our own and figure it out.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that at all. I just bought Dragon Quest XI on a sale.
Nice. You felt like doing that.
I felt like doing that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And
you know what?
I gotta kill so many.
You know what happened as well that someone felt like doing? Nami punches Luffy and he goes, "Why'd you hit me?" And she goes, "Felt like it." And he goes, "Okay."
Again, Nami's the only one who can hurt Luffy.
It's interesting because that happens. We hear all the dumb bullshit about the log pose, and then like fucking Sanji kicks Luffy.
Yep. Sanji walks up with the bluefin tuna, and Luffy just eats the entire thing while everyone gets exposition plot lore stuff. Yeah, and he kicks him so hard that it breaks the log pose.
Yeah, and then Nami kicks them both, and they both feel pain and land in the water.
Yeah, she's the strongest.
She is
most
quite strong.
She's the strongestest, most powerfulest Straw Hat.
It's true. Can I just say one thing though?
Yeah.
I agree with you. I wholly agree. She keeps them all in line and beats the fuck out of them, and they gotta take it. The one in the weird lore stuff, they did reveal that at the end of all like roads, all ship paths on the Grand Line lead to this island called Raftel, which is like, is that where the One Piece is? Who's to say? Who's
The most mysterious island.
And we're like, I think it was like Gold Roger was one of the few people to like make it there. So
I'm gonna bet that
Yes.
that island is at most halfway through the Grand Line.
oh, for sure.
I bet it's like
I would expect it's at like the
1/5.
end of this season.
Yeah, they like get there and they're like, "This isn't so bad." And then
Yeah.
Luffy's like, "Oh no, they blew up Usopp, and now my hair is yellow."
I feel like this is a prediction for me. I feel like they're gonna find like they're somehow gonna end up back where they started, where Luffy started, in that town, and Shanks is going to be there, and Shanks has the One Piece or something, and then it's like Luffy Shanks. That's probably not what's going to happen, but right now
They're gonna meet up with Shanks again at some point because they had the whole little.
Yeah, the Hawkeye Mihawk
Shanks-
with Shanks and chilling out.
Do you think that was on the Grand Line?
Oh, for sure. I think.
Do you
so.
think Shanks also kind of sucks as a pirate?
Well, no, I think
he's
they're
just like
great
a raging
pirates.
alcoholic?
I think they're great pirates, in that like they're very good at pirating, and at the same time like good people in that context.
Yeah.
But like, I think as like a functional human being, he's a very bad functional human being.
I would bet that Luffy meets up with Shanks and Shanks is like, "Oh, looks like you've grown tough." And then Luffy just like, it's like, "Yeah," and then just decks him or something. Like, I bet
Yeah,
Luffy
just, like,
kicks
punches
Shanks'
him.
butt and everyone's like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
Or I wonder if Shanks has a devil fruit now.
Maybe.
He might have a devil fruit now. I could
I
also
did-
see him being a dude who doesn't get a devil fruit and is just a badass dude.
I had a note that just said Crocus was overpowered, and I don't know why, but I don't remember.
I don't know. Everyone gets very worried about cannonballs, and he takes 2 to the chest, so he's obviously pretty fucking tough.
Yeah.
The only other things that happen are 9 and Wednesday get grabbed by the crew again and are like, "We need help, sorry," and start like begging them to go to Whiskey Peak where they're from.
Yes.
And everyone's like kind of debating it, and Luffy's like, yeah, we'll do it. And then Usopp's like, they're evil. What are you talking about? And he's like, don't sweat the small stuff. It'll be
Yeah.
all right.
He's like, yeah, whatever.
Like, Luffy seems fully aware of the fact that he's the protagonist in a show,
Oh, for sure.
but also like totally okay with dying. It's very, very good. I really liked that quote a lot. I think that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a t-shirt quote.
And then I will say the one thing that happens at the
One
very,
piece that
very,
happens?
very end, is as they are sailing off into the sunset, fucking Crocus is like, maybe there's something about that crew there. There's something about them. They're different. And then it like dramatic zoom in on his face,
These
and
are
he
the ones
goes,
we've been waiting for.
"Wouldn't you agree, Roger?"
Now, do you think Gold Roger's heart is in that whale?
I was going to say,
Or-
I wrote the note, Laboon is Gold Roger.
I wrote the note, is Laboon Gold Roger's dad? Because he only says the last name. It could be Silver Roger. It could be Bronze Roger. Iron Roger.
Platinum Roger.
Platinum Roger.
Wood Roger.
Diamond Roger.
Straw Roger.
And his mom, Pearl Roger.
Brick Roger.
Brick Roger.
Brick Roger.
Klotz Roger.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I already went on a tangent about how I
Doug.
think that One Piece takes place, or Doug is the future of the One Piece universe.
I like it. I like it. We did just get, we just finished the episode. We we received our image from the historian.
Yeah. This one's. So it's Luffy is wearing a yellow parka, still wearing his jorts, and his foot sandal is clearly cold, and he's still wearing sandals. And his sandal is smoking, and he's trying to blow it to put it out.
Is it cold or is it warm? Because his
I
foot
bet
is
it was
smoking.
like on fire.
Interesting. All right.
I'm gonna say episode 75.
I'm
wait.
gonna say episode.
Fuck. I think the scorpion is episode 75.
I'm saying episode 203.
And we will never know.
We'll never know. And I think Luffy just stepped on a hot dog.
Sorry for the typing noises. I'm asking the historian. Maybe it was just about like a literal hot dog.
It might have been a hot dog.
334, Matt. It's episode 334.
You got an answer? Oh, 334. All right.
She answered me first.
203. What did you say?
You won. I said 75. You won.
I won. Hell yeah. I'm on a streak, baby. I'm on a streak.
This game anymore. This is going to be the last time we play this game.
I'm on a streak. Hey. Hey, everybody. It's Matt. Thanks for listening to the Fun Piece Podcast. If you're... Oh, yes, of course. That image that was sent to us was sent in by listener KC, who has sent emails before. So thank you, KC, for that. If you, as a listener of this podcast, want to send in any sort of images for us to see or guess what's happening on One Piece, or you want to send us any thoughts, etc., send us a little message in a bottle.
Yeah, or you can hit us up over the snail-a-phone.
Yeah, the snail-a-phone. The snail-a-phone. Mm-hmm. You can also, for now, while we're still using it, tweet us.
Yeah, as long as Elon Musk doesn't completely burn the place down, which, when there's an alternative, we'll probably jump ship.
I saw there's a social network everyone's talking about called Mastodon, and that is also the name of a band I listen to. But I was like, this seems like a weird name for, I don't know.
We'll think about it, but the Fun Piece podcast will publicly say that Elon Musk is an insecure, awful man because he's a billionaire.
We'll say that.
You can't be a good person and be a billionaire.
You can't. No way. No way.
You know who's not a billionaire? Who doesn't
Kermit
care
the
about
Frog.
money? Who doesn't care about buying out a website where people make fun of him?
Laboon,
Luffy, and Kermit the Frog. The Holy Trinity.
I feel like Kermit the Frog might be a billionaire, but he gives it all away.
I feel like he signed a bad contract with Disney at some point, and they take all his money.
Probably. Hey, so how many? So Muppets. Yeah. We're on to Muppets now. Before we do emails, we have an email today. We're gonna cast this One Piece movie with the Muppets. So I have Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, Sanji. Anybody else we want to touch on? I know we have. Well, we'll do Mary because you love Mary, and I want to do Laboon. Anybody else? Shanks? Kobe?
Yeah, Kobe would be like Pepe Le Peon or something.
All right. So I think the most important thing we should touch on is who's the human.
Do you think it's Nami?
I feel I will say this, in my heart of hearts, I feel that it either needs to be Nami or Usopp. That's my thought.
Oh no, Usopp is maybe the most obvious casting. Yeah. He's Gonzo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like visually and character-wise, identical.
Usopp, Gonzo. Okay, we're gonna.
Gonzo's always like, I'm
Usopp,
Gonzo the Great.
Gonzo.
Usopp is like, I'm Usopp the Great Pirate Warrior.
Okay. I don't think Luffy. I think. Okay, here's my thought. I think should Luffy be the human?
Maybe, because I don't know what Muppet I would cast him as.
Okay, that's fair. Well, let's do that then. Okay, so Luffy is the human. I'm going to put a little H. Who would we... let's cast Luffy then.
Timothy
Chalamet?
Oliphant.
No. Timothy Oliphant?
Finn Wolfhard. Well, who's playing him in... I don't actually want Finn Wolfhard. One Piece live action.
Who's playing him in the...
Yeah. I mean, he should be like... It should be like a he's like South American, I think, is the idea.
Okay.
So you'd want to cast with that in mind.
Can I cast Kobe as Scooter, because I feel like that's a given.
Yeah. You know who Kermit would be?
Yeah.
Kermit
Zorro?
would be Zorro. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's green.
Kermit
He's
Zorro?
just quietly competent. And then like every
So
time
good.
like Luffy grabs him and launches him, he would just do the Kermit scrunched up face.
Oh my
But I think it would be
God.
Kermit's head on a buff body.
Kermit head on a buff body. I love that. Is Miss Piggy Nami then? It's got to be, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. So then we need who's Sanji then? Sanji's so hard.
Sanji's a tricky one.
Is it Pepe the King Prawn?
Oh, that's pretty good.
I'm trying to think if are there any characters that like fawn over Miss Piggy? Would that be Rizzo the Rat? Is Sanji Rizzo the Rat?
No, because Rizzo wouldn't look down on Gonzo, I don't think.
Yeah.
I think maybe Rizzo is Tony Chopper when Tony Chopper
We
comes
don't know
around.
who Tony Chopper is yet, so we can't
Yeah.
make that decision.
I know I'm excited to meet him. He's the next one, right? He's the next crew member?
I have no idea. I don't know anything.
Okay.
How about I want to say like I don't even know. Sanji? Should Sanji just be both Statler and Waldorf?
oh my God, Matt.
What?
He's a Swedish chef.
Hell yeah. Hell
obvious,
yeah.
obvious.
That's incredible.
And he's the Swedish
Hell
chef
yeah.
with a Brooklyn accent. He's like,
It just sounds like Swedish chef.
forget about it.
Brooklyn.
Mary would be played by one of those just generic Muppet sheep.
Yeah.
I think
What
he'd
about-
have to be.
What if Mary was played by Dr. Bunsen Honeydew? They have the same temperament.
Here's my take. I think Bunsen Honeydew plays Clawhador.
I would hate that. more
And
than
then
anything
you get
in the
Beaker.
whole wide world.
You get Beaker as Django.
No. There's an obvious choice.
I don't care for Bunsen Honeydew. I'm gonna say it publicly because I don't like the way he treats Beaker.
Can I offer up something for?
Yeah.
I think Uncle Deadly is Clawhador because he's creepy as fuck, and he looks weird, and you know who I'm talking about.
I'm chewing on that. I know who you. Yeah, I know Uncle Deadly.
I think Mary. I think Laboon is Sweetums, and I'm not gonna stand
Yeah.
down from that. Laboon
Sweetums
is
is the big brown like monster guy, right?
Yeah, it's like, hey guys, what's going on? And it's like an actual human inside a
Oh, that's so good.
So we just need Mary, Shanks, and then the human man Luffy.
Shanks, who's like the coolest.
Who's the coolest? Sam Eagle's the coolest, and that's it. Sam Eagle's the coolest.
but Sam Eagle would play Genzo.
Oh fuck! Oh Genzo! Fuck yeah! Genzo is Sam Eagle. So then who is Dr. Grandpa? This is great podcasting. I'm sure everyone's so excited
Dr.
right
Grandpa's that bear.
The bear.
You know that one bear?
Fozzie Bear?
No, not Fozzie Bear. That other bear that looks like a real bear. The one that's usually just
Bobo
a guy.
the bear. Bobo
Is it
the
Bobo?
bear. Yeah,
Bobo
it's
the
different.
bear?
It's Bobo.
Bobo the bear. Yeah.
Bobo the bear is Dr. Grandpa.
Yeah.
Bobo Bear. Hell yeah. Oh man. Who's Fozzie Bear? Is Mary Fozzie Bear or is Shanks Fozzie Bear? Shanks
Matt,
is Fozzie Bear. Shanks is Fozzie Bear.
Shanks is
Because he makes like bad jokes all the time. He's like, yeah.
You get the celebrity guest to play that like mountain bandit and comes in and he's like, no need getting upset, waka waka. And then he does the death stare to the fucking big fish thing.
Oh my God. That's incredible.
Like, just an arm.
Oh, I love that.
I think
we don't have a Mary. We need a Mary. That's the big thing. Is it just Beaker? Is it just Beaker?
Beaker would be a good Mary. Beaker's got Mary energy.
Yeah, we'll go Beaker. Mary's Beaker. Nice.
I think you sprinkle in some real people in there too. Like Kawina would probably be a real person. I think I cannot remember her name. The
Najiko?
lady, not Najiko, the lady from Zoro's backstory.
That's Kawina.
Is that what I'm thinking of? Wait, who's Usopp's?
Kaya,
Kawina. Jesus. Okay, names. Okay,
Names.
Kawina I think would be a real person.
Okay.
Because then it's funnier than it's little Kermit in a sword battle with a real person.
Oh, isn't that like Robin the Frog? Isn't that like the little guy, Robin?
Yeah, budget Kermit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we got it. I think we cast it. I don't have an actor
We don't have a human. No, we need a human. We need a human for Luffy.
Okay. Hold on.
Can I just like come up? I don't know. Human actors. Should I just Google human actors?
Iñaki Godoy, I don't know if I'm saying that name at all correctly, is playing Luffy.
Interesting.
I wonder how far they're gonna get. Oh, he seems like good casting. Holy shit.
What about Bob Burnquist, the skateboarder?
Did you just Google South American people?
I don't know. I'm just
I
just Googled.
Look up Iñaki Godoy. I don't know how to pronounce. I have no idea how to pronounce that name. I'll just send you a picture of him. But he actually like has the look completely.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's going to be any good. I wonder how far they're going to go. If they're going to get to the Grand Line, if they're going to do like a long running series. It's got to compress things, right? Like it's not going to have filler.
Yeah, I would imagine. I mean, I watched the first one, and I guess they released the other two of the trilogy of the live action Netflix Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood live action movies. Oh yeah, hell yeah, that guy. What's his name?
Yeah. Iñaki Godoy. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Cool. Yeah, just keep that guy. Yeah. Looks great. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I got no idea.
But yeah, we watched the first one and then we skipped the second one because whatever, all the good stuff happens in the final act. So we were watching the third. It was like Full Metal Alchemist, the final frontier, whatever it's called.
The next generation.
The anime's better. It might be like now I gotta look it up because it's important, but not.
God, we've squeezed an hour.
We have two episodes.
Don't doubt us. We still haven't read
the final
yet.
Alchemy is what it's called. Anyway, it's we started watching it and I was like, this isn't bad. I wasn't hating but I don't know if isn't Netflix doing the live action?
Yeah, which who knows? They'll do like one season and then cancel it or something. But
yeah, I hope they just do movies like they did with Full Metal because it's actually I don't hate it. It's not
seems
bad.
Like a better approach, honestly. I'm gonna watch
Full Metal's shorter, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch Full Metal Alchemist for the first time. Aside from that one episode, this winter.
You need to watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Brotherhood is a good one, right?
Brotherhood's the one they like this. I learned this from the historian. It's basically they were making the first Full Metal Alchemist series, but it like caught up to the manga. So then like the ending is all kind of like got a little botched because they were like trying to keep up with it, but then like making their own shit. But Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is like based off of like the finished series. So it's like the finished series of like the manga. So it's like, I don't know. I could be making this shit up, but I believe that's what the historian said.
I know there's a good one and a bad one.
I have watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood like a couple times through. It's very
Really?
good.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm excited.
It's like a comfort anime for me. And it's also just makes me feel a lot of feelings. And sometimes you just gotta feel a lot of feelings, baby.
I think
And I'm feeling a lot of feelings right now when I read this email.
All right. Let's hear it. You're reading it, right? You have it on your phone? Okay.
I got it, yes. Right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for listening. Here's an email. If you want to get your words read out loud on the podcast, send us a message in a bottle at funpiece@podcast@gmail.com. Here it is. It reads, thanks for what you do. Hey, Fun Piece Podcast. Just spent a 4-hour car trip listening to your podcast, and it was so much fun. I was actually wishing the road trip was a little longer. Not quite as virginal, that was in quotations, as you two, but I can't wait to see the rest of the series through your eyes. If you're still asking for maybe fake / maybe real spoilers, then which we did ask for at the beginning of the series, I think it's still fun. They go on to say, I will say, I can't wait to see your reactions to the arc centered around Sanji and his secret Power Ranger family. I'm only 4 episodes in, so if you've told people to stop with those, I apologize. Gum Gum yours truly, definitely not John Cena.
Sanji, so that was maybe a spoiler or maybe something he made up.
Definitely not John Cena has told us that he can't wait for the arc that's centered around Sanji and his secret Power Ranger family. We don't know if that's a spoiler or if that's fake. I think in some weird way it's probably real. And
yeah, we don't know anything about Sanji's family.
We don't know anything about Sanji's family. We just know Redfoot Zeph, who is not his real dad.
We don't know anything about anyone's like Nami's got the only concrete familial origin. I feel like Nami's whole backstory is like tied in close, except maybe her parents are alive or really important or something. Maybe Gold Roger is her dad.
Well, we know about Yasopp. We know about Usopp's dad, deadbeat dad.
Oh, actually, yeah, Usopp is definitely the most like closed and shut. That dude's origin done. Complete. No mysteries there. His mom's dead. His dad's a deadbeat. Yep. End of story. Wild.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you, definitely not John Cena, for your message. Hope to hear from you soon. We're going to drop this bottle back in the ocean. Sploosh. And now it's back in the water.
That was really good.
Floating back away. We're sending this audio response as a reply.
Mm-hmm. We shoved a snail in the bottle.
We put a snail in the bottle. His name is Hermit Crab. Unpack that.
Herman Crab. I want to talk because I've only played like 2 of the games, but I started playing Dragon Quest XI, like I said earlier.
Yep.
Such a big series in Japan that they started only releasing them on Saturdays because they knew if they didn't, children and adults would just not go to school or work to go buy copies of the game and play them. Also featuring art by Akira Toriyama, the man behind Dragon Ball. So very prolific. So I'm curious because thinking about the structure of One Piece so far, and like then playing another Dragon Quest game, I'm just like, yeah, you know what? It's really just like Luffy is different in that he's kind of the usual goofy shonen protagonist instead of like the silent protagonist you get in Dragon Quest. But aside from that, he's just collecting a team of people with specific skills who would be a really good like RPG party.
Yeah.
Like Usopp is like a borderline caster where he's like throwing fire and like different shit and yeah, just like really you get Zora's just got swords. I know I've like compared it to D&D before, but like I would not be surprised if Oda was. I mean, Oda's like definitely knows about those games. I know he likes Dragon Ball, so he's probably played Dragon Quest. I'm sure that like it feels like you can see that influence bleed into it, which I think is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know there's like a One Piece RPG coming out, so hopefully that's good. We won't play it for a long time.
It's true. We gotta catch up, but we're moving right along. So
Yeah.
Also, you will be really excited to hear this. I did watch the first 2 episodes of Ranking of Kings.
Oh my God. How do you feel?
I know this is not a Ranking of Kings podcast.
It is now.
I feel like the show's going to break me in many different ways.
Oh my God. I cried during so many episodes.
Yeah, I'm probably going to cry a lot. Hey, everybody, if you want us to talk about Ranking of Kings...
We'll spend the last 5 minutes of every episode. We'll
figure out how to spend part of an episode or whatever talking about Ranking of Kings. So
I would die for Boji.
Boji's the best. Anyway, hey everybody, thank you so much for listening to the Fun Piece podcast.
I'm just gonna let you do the musical part because I don't want us to have to us to be slightly off sync and it to be the worst sound in the world.
Yeah, that's fine. Before we go, I just want to say next episode we're going to be watching the Whiskey Peak arc, I believe, which is episodes 64 to 67.
64, 67. I'm going to make a note of that because I always forget.
I believe that's what we're doing. We're doing the next 4 episodes. And then after that, I believe there's another filler arc. It's like 2 or 3 episodes. I have to double check which number that is. So we're going to basically do 4 episodes for the next episode. We'll do that other short little arc for the one after that. And then we'll be into the little garden arc, which is exciting.
64 to 67, you said?
Yes, for the Whiskey Peak. Yes.
It's pretty short too.
Yeah. So we're doing a couple short arcs, and then we're getting into the big stuff because
there's figure out how to structure those.
There's a like a 8 episode arc after that, and then there's like a 14 episode arc after that, and then a 39 episode arc. So we're just
gonna watch all 39 episodes in 1 week.
We're building. We're not gonna watch 39 episodes in 1 week. I would die.
5 episodes in 1 week. We watch 5 episodes in 1 day.
We
record.
Yeah, we watched 2 episodes for today's podcast episode, and we have talked for about an hour and 20 minutes.
We might have to reevaluate now. I mean, the pace is going to change. There's a lot loaded into these episodes.
Yeah, we did a lot of babbling. Anyway, thank you everybody for listening. And if you can, if you want to talk to us, reach out to us, send us a little message in a bottle at funpeacepodcast@gmail.com. Follow us and message us on the Twitter.
Do all the funpeacepodcast at twitter.com.
Yeah. You can if you could like and subscribe and share us with all your friends and maybe do a review or something on those podcast platforms, that'd be cool because it helps us get a little more noticed, which is super cool, I guess. We want to do more stuff. We want to do little cooking video things. We want to do little
we will do some crazy stuff. We will start dressing up, and honestly, if there's maybe we'll do a poll. We could do a poll of what characters we should dress up as.
Ooh, we could do that. That'd be fun.
I think that would be fun.
And then maybe,
yeah. Tell your friends. Just start making your parents listen to us.
Yeah. Post us on the Fun Piece subreddit as well as the One Piece subreddit.
Yeah, both. Post us. Talk about us.
But yeah, we appreciate you listening, and we are just going to keep on doing it until we die. And that's that. So
the agreement I made when I was younger is the way I die is by watching One Piece. So it's going to be a while.
Yeah. So we're going to keep it going. Anyway, have a great night, everybody. Next time we probably won't be remote, but this is our first try at it. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I got a vasectomy.
He did.
Because our country doesn't care about women's
I'm sorry
reproductive rights. So
tubes getting cut.
Don't apologize. I got to do it before it's
downstairs. Is feeling better.
It's a little sore.
Boop, 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 boop.
The right one is having a tougher time than the left one.
Yeah, the vasectomy wasn't the reason we recorded remotely, but I'm sure it was okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, goodbye.
Oh, wait, hold on. If we wait 9 seconds, we can make this an even 120 and just end it now.